and good afternoon to the podcast CCU. Allow me and my podcast guest this afternoon to introduce ourselves. I am Sellyandi Syafira from the English Language Education Batch 23.
I am RAFLI from the English Language Education STUDI Program Batch 23.
I am YOGI PRAYOGA from the English Language Education Study Program Batch 23.
I am JUHRI from the English Language Education Study Program Batch 23.
I am JULIARDI from the English Language Education Study Program Batch 23.
On this occasion, we will discuss more or less different opinions about cross-cultural understanding, which will definitely make friends who are watching not feel bored with our podcast this afternoon. So you don't have to wait too long to check it out. Okay, how are you, RAFLI?
I'm good. He is healthy.
How are you, JUHRI?
I'm healthy.
How are you, YOGI?
Thanks God he is
And how are you, JULIARDI?
Thank God he is healthy, even though he is busy and is a food leader of Simon Raps about Sally. How are you?
Yes, thanks good. Are still giving help. By the way, talking about assignment, I want to ask you all, what is your opinion about cross-cultural understanding course? Let me try YOGI's own opinion. What is it like?
In my opinion, cross-cultural understanding is studying cultural difference in different countries so that communication between cultures is not misunderstood, understanding other cultures without losing one's own culture.
What about RAFLI? What RAFLI's opinion about cross-cultural understanding?
In my opinion, the CCU course is a learning method where we learn to operate thoughts, how to speak the math with foreign culture.
Oh, that's mean it's a kind of way we interact with foreign cultures, right?
Yes, that's how I understand.
What do JULIARDI and JUHRI think about cross-cultural understanding?
Okay, in my opinion, from RAFLI and YOGI, understanding that cross-cultural understanding course is a course that aims to understand the appreciate cultural difference in various countries so that there are no misunderstandings covering concepts such as what culture is, cultural conflict, cultural adjustment, gender issues and life values. This course is important in the context of globalization to prepare students to communicate and interact across cultures.
In my opinion, the cross-cultural communication course is successfully communicate between individuals from different cultures because this course also help and improve intercultural collaboration.
Wow, that's mean from different point of view. There are also different understanding. So in your opinion, how important is studying CCU or cross-cultural understanding? What do you think, Raf?
I think it's important studying CCU because that we're studying art and culture, but the scope is broad. Not only in Indonesia, but internally we get to know foreign culture and we can adapt. And one day we have the opportunity to visit foreign country.
Wow, this is really true. According to you, YOGI, what do you think about CCU?
For me, personally, it's important because we are educated students. We will interact with foreign cultural and they are different, so I think it's important.
What about you, JUHRI and JULIARDI?
In my opinion, as an English language education study student, then might be because now we have methodology of broad understanding the lesson is critical and it is not enough just to study it is more efficient if I physically theoretically can understand the role while in the their country. However, anyway, this lesson helps it me not to the correct culture.
Oh, so you've never been abroad, you go to traveling.
Method.
Okay, after this podcast, we are traveling to Korea.
You kept joking, Sel.
Okay, let's continue. What does JULIARDI think?
In my opinion, cross-cultural understanding is important for English language education studies because that discussion really connect with students in communication and across culture.
Wow, it turns out you like studying cross-cultural understanding, yeah. Guys, that means that as long as you study CCU, you never have any problem. How are you, Yogi?
Yeah, if there are obstacles, of course, the ourselves just going back to whether we are serious about studying or not. Because learning is something that is easy, there must be a level of difficulty.
That's true to be honest. When I first learned about CCU, I then understood and thought about what it means but over time I realized that CCU is how important my life.
Actually, what makes it difficult is that we understand the varied culture of itself because our habit and the habit of the varied culture are clearly very different. Therefore, it is a bit wrong.
Oh, okay. In my opinion, here is nothing difficult. As long as I want to, I will definitely be able to do assignment after assignment given by the lecturer.
But if I say cross-cultural understanding is really important, guys. At least we don't have basic English and understand foreign culture from CCU reason we will know.
That's right. Even though the assessment can be said to make me easy because I don't understand, I'm happy to study CCU because the discussion you know.
Maybe because the group is too big, that's why it's difficult for us to understand.
But now, do you understand about the Europe?
Yes, that's clear. Never mind.
I already understand. If you are on holiday, the people at home will ask, what is CCU?
I really understand, even because I love English. Most love.
I don't know, JUHRI. At least I some motivator to make you enthusiastic about studying, even though we only like CCU course.
Yes, I do too. Sometimes I understand cross-cultural understanding but don't understand other subjects.
I know that when you become a graduate, you will become a CCU lecturer too, JUHRI.
I mean, more seriously,
I mean, hopefully the others will too.
I really want to be a rector.
Wait, you don't need to be a lecturer. Just be a teacher if a student asks A, you answer B.
Understand what Yogi RAFLI? It's other line. He become president, you will be patriot of citizen of Indonesia. Then you will know.
It's all there is. It's okay. It's okay. I pray for everyone, for my friends, to be successful with each of your potential. Okay?
Amin.
Okay. I want to ask something. Okay, for you all. While studying CCU or cross cultural understanding, what were your obstacles while studying it? What about you?
To be honest, I personally had difficult understanding it because I was studying the culture of a country that was little known, and at first I was really surprised that there was a little.
In my opinion, maybe it's because I was in the work major from the start. So when I first come up, when the CCU comes, I was shocked. I didn't understand even
You just walk the one major, right?
you all say that.
Same, I tried it first, but it was excellent.
How come you have the wrong major but can understand?
Maybe they use instincts, Joe.
The important thing is that can do even if just the basic.
Okay, I want to ask you something again. When you are tired of the college, what do you usually do? Yep.
Sleep, rest, and play together.
Sometimes I skip set.
After playing game and football.
I'm usually playing volleyball. What about you?
When you ask me, maybe I would only dance maybe. I'm busy dancing. I usually spend time with my friends at the studio, practicing dancing, busy typing, sometimes hanging out with my friends.
That's meant you have talent in dance.
Oh, of course, that's about it. It's just a hobby for me. But over time, it became my job to teach elementary school children, you know.
Why don't you go to university that has a dance study program?
Because I don't have enough money to that's possible, so I turn to English education.
But you don't feel like you're in the wrong major, right?
Not all, Joe. Because I also like studying English, and in some there is a CCU or cross-cultural understanding which still discuss foreign cultures, and CCU studying arts, so I can learn a little about foreign cultures.
It's cool, Sal. So you can learn English while getting to know foreign culture.
Yes, unless you are grateful, even though you are in the wrong major. If I'm in the wrong major, I cannot blame other people either because I was the one who made the choice yesterday.
Never mind, JUHRI. We are given a test that should not exceed the limit of our abilities or students has also been regulated by the same as above. We must be grateful for whatever Allah SWT has given us. MashaAllah.
That's really true. Even though sometimes we feel tired or angry, we have to keep up the enthusiasm to do it.
Thanks God, everyone can think naturally. And thanks for JULIARDI, thanks for JUHRI, thanks for YOGI, and thanks for RAFLI for this afternoon. Okay, we are now in the final segment of the event about how cross-cultural understand it from a different perspective and the obstacles they face While studying, study is the best investment for your future. Stay focused on your goals, make learning a daily habit, and never stop pursuing knowledge. I am Sellyandi Syafira.
I'm Muhammad RAFLI.
I'm YOGI PRAYOGA.
I'm Muhammad Puji.
And I'm JULIARDI.
Saying goodbye and see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cultures of the world for kids. Hey kids! When you look around at the people in your neighborhood or town, who do you see? How would you describe the people that live nearby? Are they friends? Part of your family? Strangers? Some of them might be boys or girls. Some adults. And some kids. Some people might be tall, others short. Some might go to your school while others might go to a different school. Some may have brown or black hair, the same skin color as you, or maybe a different skin color. Perhaps they wear formal clothing, or t-shirts and jeans, or maybe even something more unusual. Depending on where you live, the people in your neighborhood or town might look a lot like you, or they might look different. Maybe you live somewhere where there is a mix of people of all colors, shapes, sizes, and behaviors. The bottom line is that everyone is different. We're all unique individuals. And just as there are things that you enjoy doing, foods you and your family like to eat, holidays that you celebrate, and a religion that you may be part of, people all around you have their own set of things that they like to do as well. All of those things, the way people live their lives and the things that they enjoy doing, are part of their culture. A culture is a special and unique way of living. All the things that people do and believe, and the activities that are important to them, make up the culture that they belong to. Many people build their life and their identity around their culture. Can you think of a friend or someone you know that belongs to a different culture than you? What do they do with their family that's different from what you do? There are many, many cultures in the world, and no culture is better than any other. While many of your neighbors might belong to a different culture than you or your friends, all of us can live side by side and respect each other. Different cultures make up communities, and communities make up society. Society is a collection of different people from different cultures, all living together and following the same rules. Different societies make up different countries, and ultimately, those countries make up the entire world. So now, you know that there are different cultures all around you, even in your own school or community. For example, in December, some people you know might celebrate Christmas, others Hanukkah. Still others might take part in Kwanzaa, St. Nicholas Day, or St. Lucia Day. Again, others might celebrate holidays you've never even heard of, or none at all. All year round, there are holidays, parades, shows, and events that different cultures celebrate or attend that others do not. Every culture has its own unique manners, styles of dress, language, religions, celebrations, ethics, and other things that are special to them. So how can you tell what culture someone belongs to? Well, it's important to remember that the color of their skin or the way they look does not define their culture. The best way to find out what culture someone belongs to is simply to ask them. Have a conversation. Find out more about them. Maybe you have some things in common. Perhaps their culture and yours have some of the same likes and dislikes, or hobbies, or foods. Maybe not. Either way, it's good to share these things so you can learn more about the people around you. So what are some of the cultures of the world like? Let's start with America. Some of the foods that are part of the American culture include pie, banana splits, hamburgers, hot dogs, and fried chicken. Other American populations have different preferences. For example, in the Southwest, there is a mixture of Spanish and Mexican foods. Religions in American culture include Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, and others. Americans celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, and others. American sports include football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and hockey. We have lots of different ways of dressing, but American culture is most known for our jeans, t-shirts, shorts, and sweats. All of those things help define American culture. Here are some other cultures and things that help define them. This is Africa. The food across Africa is usually spicy, with intense flavors, and the food can be very exotic as well. They eat many different things that Americans don't. Religions in Africa include Christianity and Islam, but many of the people in more remote parts of Africa practice their own local religions. Celebrations include Kwanzaa, Yamade Kese, Sed, and Osiris. There's music like samba and reggae. Believe it or not, there are 11 official languages in South Africa, which is a real rainbow nation where many cultures all coexist. In fact, 1/3 of the world's languages are spoken in Africa. Their art consists of colorful paintings and beautiful ceramics, and the main themes are marriage, mother, and child. Unlike American culture, 41% of children aged 5 to 14 work in Africa. What about the French culture? Maybe you know someone French. Some of the elements of their culture include complex foods with heavy sauces, elegant and professional clothing, like scarves and long coats and dresses. In French culture, religions include Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, and Hindu. Art and history can be seen in many churches and public buildings. The Chinese culture has its own unique characteristics, one of the most prominent being its exceptional food, which includes lots of sauces, unique spices, rice, fish, red meat, and even scorpions and snakes. The established religion of Chinese culture is Buddhism, and there is a lot of Buddhist art there. They drink a lot of tea, which is often used as medicine. The Chinese New Year happens every spring and is marked by a bright and colorful 15-day festival with a dancing dragon and fireworks, parades, and more. The Chinese culture has 6 different languages, but Mandarin is the most widely spoken. You can thank Chinese culture for martial arts like Kung Fu, silk, the animals of the zodiac, philosophers like Confucius, and other things that have spread around the world. Finally, let's talk about the Spanish culture. Their food often includes olive oil, garlic, and onions. They usually serve wine during dinner and bread with nearly every meal. Fruit is the main dessert. About 80% of the Spanish are Roman Catholic, which is a form of Christianity. An important week in the Spanish culture is Holy Week, which comes before Easter, in which there are large parades and religious events. Spanish culture has colorful architecture, grand churches, and even the running of the bulls. Now that you know some of the elements of various cultures, it's important to note that cultures are complex and that no single aspect of a culture defines it. They can be so local that different people in different parts of a country can have vastly different things that they cherish and celebrate. In America, you have Native American culture, African American culture, Cajun, Creole, and others. In Greece, a child throws a lost tooth onto a roof for good luck. Japanese children cover their belly buttons when they hear thunder. In Indonesia, people point with their thumbs. In Russia, Father Frost brings children presents on New Year's Day. In the Brazilian culture, New Year's Day is usually celebrated with a bowl of lentil soup. Now that's a tasty New Year. During the Italian Carnival, people throw oranges. All of those things are unique to the cultures that do them and are a part of what makes those cultures special. Respecting other people's cultures, trying to learn about them, never stereotyping or mocking them, and living in harmony with them is the first step in becoming friends, having greater humanity, and creating a peaceful world for us all to share.